Hi, I'm Helen from eSpares. In this video, I'm going to show you how to choose the right energy-saving light bulbs for your home. Did you know that from September 2012, manufacturers will no longer be able to sell old-style incandescent light bulbs in the UK? So this is an old-style incandescent bulb, also known as a general lighting system or GLS type bulb. The reason why they're being phased out is they're incredibly inefficient. They lose about 90% of their energy as heat rather than light. So they're being replaced by energy-saving bulbs. There are a few different types: halogen, xenon and LED, but by far the most common are these. They're compact fluorescent lamps, or CFLs. They typically last about 10 to 15 times longer than incandescent bulbs, and they use much less energy. An average household can save about £25 a year on their energy bills by changing their incandescent bulbs to CFLs. So choosing the right incandescent bulb was pretty easy. All you needed to know was the type of fitting and the wattage. Choosing the right CFL is a little bit more tricky because there's lots of new terminology. So here's what you need to know. The first thing you need to make sure is you get the right fitting for your CFL. There are two main types of fitting: the bayonet cap and the Edison screw. Both come in a complete range of sizes. The most common size of bayonet cap is 22mm, which is often just known as the BC. The most common sizes of Edison screw are the standard Edison screw, which is often just called the ES, and the small Edison screw, which is often just called the SES. Now, CFLs normally come in this tubular or helix design, but you can get ones that are designed to look more like incandescent old-style bulbs. Next up is wattage. Now, wattage is a measure of the power the bulb uses. And with old incandescent bulbs, it was also an indicator of how bright the bulb would be. But with CFLs, this is no longer the case. It's simply a measure of how energy efficient the bulb is. So you'll find the wattage on the packaging. The lower the number, the better. And you'll find an energy efficiency rating, A being the best. You'll also find an indication of how long the bulb will last. A CFL can last up to 8 years. Brightness is now measured in lumens, a number typically between 400 and 1400. So to give you an indication, an old 60-watt incandescent bulb is equivalent to approximately 700 lumens, and an old 100-watt bulb is approximately equivalent to 1400 lumens. Some manufacturers will put the number of lumens on the packaging, whereas others will give you an indication of the brightness by comparing it to an equivalent incandescent light bulb. Next up is the tone of the light. Now, with old incandescent bulbs, they'd use different types of glass, such as clear or frosted or pearl, to give a different feel to the light. With CFLs, different bulbs have different colour temperatures to achieve the same effect. So colour temperature is measured in kelvins, or K, and the numbers typically go from a few thousand up to in excess of 5,000 for CFLs. Now, the higher the number, the more cold or blue the light is, and the lower the number, the more warm or orangey the light is. So this bulb has a colour temperature of 4000 K, so it's a colder light and therefore really good for workspaces. This bulb has a colour temperature of 2700 K, so it's a warmer light and is therefore really good for living spaces like bedrooms. Lastly, not all CFLs are dimmable, so if you are planning to use dimmer switches, make sure you get a dimmer compatible one. There you go, that's all you need to know about choosing the right CFL. CFLs and other types of energy-saving light bulb are available on the eSpares website. Thanks for watching.